Emotional intelligence is also being able to recognize the seasons of your life. Our lives are comprised of seasons. There is a winter season when things are stuck. There is a summer season when everything is happening. David says in the book of Psalms, Lord, teach us to number our days, that we may be able to apply hearts unto wisdom. There is wisdom in understanding that life does not remain the same. Seasons change. As much as we embrace summer, we also need to be ready for winter. Maturity is knowing what to do at any particular season. There is a time to speak and there's a time to shut up. And emotional intelligence is knowing the difference. Because some of us, we have turned speaking the truth into a full-time ministry. Sometimes the most intelligent thing to do is to close your mouth and let God handle your customer services department. There is also a time to grieve. We grieve lost relatives. We grieve lost opportunities. We grieve relationships. When I lost my son, I remember my pastor says to me, Tsitsi, you need to grieve. This season that you are in is for grieving. Because you know, some of us, we want to be strong. We want everyone to see that we are strong. We want everyone to know that, you know what, I'm a woman of God. I converse with God, so I'm fine. She says to me, when it's heavy, take your pillow, put it on your face, and cry. Because many times you want to rush pain. Everyone, we need to prove to the world that, you know what, losing a son is part of life. It's not. The pillow knows the truth. Ecclesiastes tells us that there is a season, a time. There is a season for everything under the earth. There is a time to weep, a time to laugh, a time to mourn, and a time to dance. If it is your season to cry, cry. Just remember to come up for air, oxygen. There is a season in life when it feels though everyone else around us is against us. Sometimes that's a season where God is teaching you to be alone without becoming lonely. There's a difference between being alone and being lonely. In that season, you learn to sit with yourself. You learn to hear God without noise of everybody's opinions. In the season that you are supposed to be alone. In that season, you stop measuring your worth by who is standing beside you. Sometimes God clears the room because there are lessons He cannot teach you, when there's an audience. And before you start sending long WhatsApp messages, asking everybody, what did I do? Is it what I did? Is it something that I did last year? Perhaps you need to recognize the season that you are in first. Then there are those special seasons when it seems absolutely nothing is right. You say good morning, that's a problem. You say you keep quiet, that's a bigger problem. You enter the room, the biggest of all. You leave the room. Why did she leave the room like that? At the same point, you realize that people are annoyed, even by your breathing. That's a season. Okay? At some point, you need to begin. At some point, you begin wondering whether you should apologize for consuming oxygen or emotional intelligence it teaches you to not to react to everything. There are times when other people say, you know what, this relationship is over. You say, please don't forget your bags. Sometimes the season requires silence, patience, and ability to let misunderstanding, ability to allow misunderstanding without calling an emergency meeting to explain yourself. The Bible speaks about the sons of Issachar as men who had an understanding of times. To know what Israel ought to do That was in 1 Corinthians 12, if I'm not mistaken. I love that because they did not just understand the times, they knew what to do because they understood the seasons. There is another level of wisdom. Some of us can identify a season perfectly and still choose the wrong response. When it's windy, your life is windy, stay calm and weather the wind. Just know this is my moment of being still. Put the phone down. The sons of Issachar knew and understood that seasons should determine your behavior. Perhaps this is one of your deepest seasons, darkest seasons of life. Just know what to do. There are seasons where you don't need to do anything. Many times when someone calls me and says, this, I said, right now, don't do anything. But I said, don't do anything. Just be still. Yes, it hurts. Yes, it should hurt, but just be still. I am Amazing Grace.